In 3-star raids, Weeping Bell, Haunter, Flaffy, and Charjabug. If you're doing a 3-star raid for a Charjabug, I just want to talk.
I got a bridge to sell you.
That's right, I do. Kyle does. I've seen it. It's a beautiful bridge. And very much for sale.
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
A new baby is on the scene. Shocking, I know.
We hope you had a chance to really dig in this weekend with Dynamax Drilbur.
And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 307. It's November 16th. It's been a minute. Feels a lot longer than it actually kind of has been. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
I'm okay. Doing okay.
Yeah, doing okay. I haven't talked to you in such a long time.
Yeah, Chris effectively disappeared for 2 weeks.
I did. Yeah. So let's just get that out of the way. Y'all, sorry we didn't have an episode last week. It wasn't for lack of trying. It just, there was no option available, more or less. After, I think two Tuesdays ago, we had a rather important event here in the States happen. We had an election. So that really was something to pay attention to. And then right after that, I went on a trip. And then right after that, I had to, get caught up at work from being on the trip. So we didn't have time to record until today. It is Saturday, the week after. So sorry about the delay and the gap. Thank goodness PvP Corner was there to hold it down. So yeah, we're back, y'all. We're not canceling or anything like that. We should be back to regular scheduled recordings.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. Apologies for
the hiatus.
It's also
about to go into holiday seasons here.
Very true.
So
very true.
A week and a half, we have Thanksgiving, and then we're going into Christmas. So,
and also this year, Kyle, we got to figure this out because Christmas Day, and then New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are both Tuesday, Wednesdays this week, I think.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I think I may end up working all 4 of those. So
my God. Okay. All right. Pouring out for Kyle ahead of time. Send him his energy like he's doing a spirit bomb or something. Holy cow. All righty. So let's talk about the past couple of weeks really quick. What did we miss? We didn't miss over much, honestly. When I went to go put news in, we only had like 3 or 4 things to catch up on.
Yeah, there was nothing happening the week of the 5th for us, the week of the 4th. I think nothing happened specific.
Yeah.
And then here we are. This week's event just started, so
it did. It certainly did. All right, so let's just hop into our goals then and take a look at what we were doing a couple of weeks ago. Kyle, you wanted to catch a Gmax Gengar. Did you manage?
I did. Also, I totally lied. We completely and utterly missed the Harvest Festival actually happening. We talked about it before it happened, but it did happen last week.
Yes, that's true. I was passively playing that.
Knowledge.
No, me neither, man. And I bought the ticket and everything.
Yes, I did get Gmax Gengar. I did 20 of them on that Saturday.
20?
Yeah, I did 20 of them. And I probably could have just keep going. We had a group of like 15 people that were pretty hardcore, all things considered.
Yeah.
Especially from the ones that I knew personally. So, but I'm like, okay, I have to actually stop spending money on doing this. So
yeah, that's
especially
the danger.
Because I didn't get a shiny, and I didn't even I got an okay one, not great, but okay.
Oh my gosh!
So
20.
Wow. Went hard. When I got there was, oh my God. Okay, so I'm going to tell a story here before we do this because I went to a suburb that I play in regularly, but I had never actually played with the community before. And so I'd signed up on Campfire for the meetup that the community ambassador was hosting. And I got there and I'm like, I have no idea where I am in this suburb right now. I know the area, but not right here. Yeah. So I got out and I'm like, all right, this does seem like a great place to play Go, sort of, but there's nobody here. This is the meetup spot and nobody's here. So they could have done a better job of communicating that. That was annoying. And so I'm just like slowly walking around. I'm like, all right, where's the Go? And then I see in the distance, there's just a line of like 70 people walking across the street. And I'm like, that's the Go players.
Bingo.
That's the Go players.
So you figured it out.
Yeah. And then I got there and then we just, we passed between the same like 6 because it was respawning every hour, which was great.
Yeah.
And yeah, just kept hitting. We didn't lose any of them. We did have to back out a couple of times when our group got smaller because we got split into like a 40 and a 7. So that was a little bit annoying, but otherwise
you got to be careful.
Went surprisingly well.
All right. Yeah. You got a full group. That's awesome. I will hold off on my GMAX Gengar story until I get to talk about it in my goals really quick, but that's awesome. I'm glad you had a lot of success. And I think more importantly, that there was that much interest is a good sign, a really good sign.
Yeah. I probably will not go that hard on another GMAX that's not Gengar.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes because Gengar is obviously a standout in terms of popularity.
Yeah, not even just for you specifically. He is the guy for you, but yeah, generally speaking, it's a big fan favorite. So that makes sense.
Just like the starters.
Just like the starters. Absolutely right. All right, so you scratched that one off with gusto. It sounds like. Did you power up GMAX/DMAX Pokemon to rise to that occasion?
I did. I mean, I've also since powered up at least one of the Gengars. I don't remember if I've done a second one yet. I think I held off. I did my Greedent, which honestly probably didn't need to do, but that's fine.
That's what I was finding too.
I powered up my Metagross. I used Metagross a lot over that set of GMAX battles.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, Metagross was my goat as well. So I agree there. What about 400,000 experience? I think you got that by default from doing the 20 GMAX Gengars.
I got 3 million experience.
Holy moly.
Since we last recorded, I got 2 million the week that I set that goal.
That's still crazy. So, good on you.
I'm at like 8 million out of 30 needed for level 50.
Wow. You could do it before next year.
Oh, you know what else we totally missed?
Well, what else did we totally miss?
Mankey Community Day happened last Sunday.
Oh, we did.
I forgot because I didn't get to play it. I had to work.
I did everything in the first hour, and then I remember specifically being like, "Gosh, I don't have the energy for this," because it's right when it was the day after I came back from that work trip. So it's like, I don't have energy for this. I'm so thankful we didn't set any goals. I got my 4 Mankey from 1 hour. I caught another Hundo. I evolved the Annihilate. I got a Shadow Annihilate that's good for Ultra League. Apparently that's good. Nice. And I got out, and I was like, fine, I'm good. I want to go home. But it was good. It was a good event. It was fine.
I'm kind of jealous, but when I go to play the December Community Day, I'm probably going to just not feel great about clicking on Mankeys when the time actually comes.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, 3 out of 3 for you. Good job. For myself, I went to successfully complete and catch a GMAX Gengar. I did that. I did 2 of them. It was there were 6 of us doing this. We got a 7th at one point in time. The seventh was Greg, who rolled up and was like, "Yeah, you heard this story?"
Oh yeah, Angela made sure I knew.
Oh, Moo told you? Yeah.
No, Angela told me.
Oh, Angela. Oh, that's right. I forgot that she was playing with you. Oh,
yeah.
That's so funny. That is so funny. He rolled up and we're just like, what's happening?
This is a perfect example of the actual kind of problems of Dynamax, right?
Yeah. So we had a full group between me, Moo, and Angela, and another person. And then when the other party was short a person, right? And so then Greg rolled up and he only had the initial Wooloo from the research, didn't even have a Greedent, didn't have anything else. It wasn't powered up. And we're like, oh my gosh, dude, like what? So he still did it. And then he evolved it and he powered it up a bit and it was still in the fight for a while. It was doing okay. but we did manage to get it done. The first one took us about 30 minutes to figure it out, because we were teaching the other group of people like what to do and what to power up and what to look for. But our group of 4 was holding it down because we knew what we were doing, and had proper counters and stuff. It was tough. But once you get it figured out, it's not so bad. Especially if you're running like full groups like you were running, that's cool. But we were what I would consider kind of short manning, sub 8. Yeah. And it was still doable. It was just difficult, which is fine.
It is worth noting though that at least 3 of your 8 were supremely invested players. They probably had level 50 Pokemon and stuff ready to go for that day.
Yes.
So I'm worried what the system will look like when we get the next Dynamax. That's not Toxtricity, because Toxtricity is tied to an event and it's also got a 4 times weakness, so it's just easier by default.
Yeah.
What it's going to look like in the future is going to be very telling.
Yeah.
Because Gengar was so much easier than the starters. Just ridiculously easier. Even coming from somebody who did it with a group of 40 people both times, Gengar was a walk in the park in comparison.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. But still posed a general threat to smaller groups, which is good. I think that's kind of the sweet spot you want it to be in. So that, I mean, they said they had dialed down the difficulty of it, right? For Gengar. I hope that they kind of keep it at this difficulty level, because it was definitely doable. If you were able to do it alone, that would be bad. If you were able to do it with 2 people, that would be bad, I think. Or not feel good, rather. Not necessarily bad, but anyway, so did do that goal, and then I wanted to hatch 50 eggs. I think I hatched like 40 something that week. I've hatched a lot this week, but this is not for this week. This was for a while ago. So I'm going to say no. And then power up a Dynamax Greedent. I sure did. Level 3 across the board, maxed out Greedent.
Goodness, the XL candy.
I don't care. Kyle. It's fine. Holy moly. Anyway, so congratulations over your 3 out of 3, Kyle, and good on you for going hard for Gengar. That's good stuff.
I can't believe I didn't get a shiny. I'm still pretty bitter about it.
Yeah.
I don't think the rates were as boosted as the starters were, going to be very honest. Very few people in the large group that I was with got shinies.
That's a shame. That's a crying shame.
When you do something with 40 people and not one person gets a shiny out of those 40, that's rough.
Yeah, that's rough, buddy. All right. Anyway, let's get going here, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about in the news, it turns out. So let's hop to it. Yo, what up? It's the news. The first one is easy peasy. It's next season's Save the Dates. Trainers, we're excited to share the dates for next season's Community Days, Saturday and Sunday, December 21st through the 22nd. This is the usual December Community Day thing. Will be like a retrospective of this last year, and then maybe even more. Yeah. And then Sunday, January 5th, and then Saturday, January 25th will be a classic El Community Day Classico. And then Sunday, February 9th will be the next Community Day from there. No news about what those Community Days are quite yet. So whatever you guys want to guess, go for it. We're in between starter rotations, right?
I don't even remember the last starter we got. It's been a long time. So
your eyes went wide for a second, and then your screen like just froze for me on my end with your eyes wide. I was like, oh god,
no,
I don't remember what happened. Is Mankey a starter?
No, what was the last starter that we got? Oh my goodness,
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. Actually, you know what? Hang on, I could tell you. Let me just search for shiny. And then, I was in a raid.
The community days have started to blur together.
So true. Is it because they're less exciting, or because we've done like a million of them now?
Definitely because we've done a million of them, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, I had started a Lugia raid, and then the team had it, and then I didn't finish it, and I just opened it up to the catch screen.
PokéLore was right after GoFest.
So have we done the other two from that generation?
I'm scrolling. Yes, we did.
Okay, so we're not beholden to any sort of pattern quite yet, at least not in our heads.
Nope. No, we're not. We're not.
Okay.
They could start at one.
Gosh, this Lugia, they could. This Lugia is weather boosted and very angry. Goodness me. Okie dokie. Well, hey, let's continue about the Save the Dates because there's other things. Community days aren't the only events on the horizon for the coming season. There are other fun in-game events on the way, and their dates are as follows. Saturday, December 17th will be a research day. Sunday, December 8th will be a max battle day. That's a Saturday, Sunday, 2 events in a row. Oh boy. Saturday, December 14th is a raid day. Sunday, December 29th is a hatch day.
Oh boy.
Woohoo! Saturday, January 11th is a raid day. Sunday, January 19th is a shadow raid day. Saturday, February 1st is a max battle day. And finally, Saturday, February 15th is a raid day. That's the day after Valentine's Day, right?
Yep.
Great.
Yes,
Great. I get so delay your Valentine's Day plans so that you guys can do raid day together. That sounds good.
Don't
Why?
do that. Just have your Valentine's Day plans and then probably go do raid day by yourself.
I'm a big proponent on holidays like Valentine's Day and other things like that. If you do stuff the day before or the day after, your life is infinitely easier. Unless you are like, unless you're in a relationship with somebody where the day is important, like to do it on the day.
I agree, but like when it falls on a Friday, it's like it's handed right to you.
Oh, it is a Friday, I guess. Yeah, but it's handed to
like
everybody.
A Wednesday, okay, do your plans, whatever, it works for you. Also, what do you think? Think they'll do an Amorous?
Oh,
for that raid day?
They could.
That's the last time we had it.
They could.
Was in Elite Raids on Valentine's Day last year.
What? Hear me out. What if they did Furfrou?
Oh my god!
And it just had the heart trim, and that was
real question though. Max Battle Day.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Is it just what we have on these Mondays? Do you think, but on a weekend instead?
It might be like they bring back a Gigantamax set. Like this might be how they control for that. Because it'll do 2 things. First of all, to make it so that Gigantamax isn't available all the time, because then it takes away some of its special feeling, right? And then 2, because it's not around all the time, you will have a concentration of people that are actually interested in doing it. Instead of it would be easier to find a group if it's all just one day.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I would like to see the original starters come back, because now that we know what the heck we're doing, I know people want another shot at them.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, especially because the max battle days stand out for me. But I'm just like, there's so much happening.
Yeah, I know.
Like I'm exhausted. Like, look, I get it. We make this show, so I focus on what's happening and Go more than maybe the average Go player does.
Sure,
but there's so much happening. This is for the whole next season, right? That's basically
it's through February. Yeah,
you've got 3 community days, which is 3 weekend days taken, because I'm not counting the classic. You play that if you want to. You got 3 raid days. You got a hatch day. You got 2 max battle days,
a research day,
and a research day. And this is not even counting any events that are coming.
I will
every single weekend, basically, for the next 3 months is accounted for if you want to play Go.
Well, they're telling us.
Yeah, but like, if you want to play, yes, you can make the plans, but if you want to play, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
It's so much.
When does Monster Hunter come out?
End of February.
Okay. So
February, like 20th, 22nd, something like that.
Okay. All right. So these events are safe, but once Monster Hunter comes out.
Until the new Monster Hunter mobile game comes out.
Holy moly. That's right. Yeah, I will admit, this cloud of dates gave me some anxiety. It's a lot. It definitely is. But I don't know. That's not a bad thing. I know this past year, I've been personally working on being okay with not doing everything. So this will be a further exercise in that endeavor, I suppose. That's fine.
It's kind of frustrating to see all of the content that you like have to decide if you're going to miss.
Yeah.
Like you have to make that decision. And so then that feels bad, but also can be freeing if you are able to make that decision.
Yes. Hopefully we are strong enough.
Hopefully I probably will pass all of the raid days.
Yeah, but you have apathy on your side,
We'll see what the hatch day is. I have to consider that. Well, no, I'm going to be working on the hatch day. Forget that. We'll see what the raid days are actually. Then I'll decide. Because they're all on a Saturday. Maybe if it's a good raid day, I'll go out.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully it'll be good. All right, let's move along to our first real piece of news here. The irony with this is that it will likely be over by the time you hear this episode, because it ends tomorrow, our time, and I'm planning on editing and putting up this episode tomorrow. So some folks in the world will already be way ahead of us and be like, "This is old hat. Why are we talking about it?" Well, it's important because the thing that happened or is happening in this event right now is important for stuff ahead. So we'll still talk about it. But this is the simply groundbreaking event that started this Friday, November 15th at 10 a.m. and it's going to run till tomorrow, Sunday, November 17th at 8 p.m. local time. The event bonuses were 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL from catching Pokemon. There's a Dynamax debut of Drilbur. This is the big thing with this, right? And wild encounters include Jigglypuff, Diglett, Alolan Diglett, Rhyhorn, Fampi, Whismur, Kricketot, Woobat, Drilbur, Noibat, and Excadrill. Is it Whismur or Whismur?
I think it's Whismur.
I've
probably always said Whismur.
I like saying Whismur better. It's like saying cashmere. What a fun word to say. Good mouth shape.
I don't know. I don't like being questioned on how a Pokemon.
Quick. Yeah. You know what I really miss from old classic It's Super Effective episodes is when Steve would bust out the pronunciation app on his DS or whatever, and they would play it on the song. Anyway, okay. Field research task rewards. There's event themed field research tasks available. Complete the task during Drilbur Candy and encounters with Drilbur. Lots of Drilbur going on. Timed research task rewards. Complete the task during Drilbur Candy and encounters with Drilbur. And then there was stuff in the web store if you wanted to get like a ultra ticket box or something. So there's that. This event is happening right now, Kyle. It's a very short event. It's Friday through Sunday. We're not used to seeing these short 3-day events anymore. It's kind of strange. But I don't know. What do you think? Does it sound good? Have you enjoyed playing it?
It's fine. I haven't really played it much at all. I was, working yesterday, just came straight home, and then I've been home all day today. But
yeah,
I plan on going out and doing some Drilbur max battles today because I won't be able to do them on Monday when they have the max battle day.
Yeah,
type thing, whatever we're calling it.
Max now. Monday.
Max out Monday.
No, just Max Monday.
I know max out's almost over, but
true.
So yeah, it's fine. It's the event literally exists to introduce Drilbur into 1-star max battles, which is good. Probably not necessary, but good.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yep. That's it. I concur. There's nothing else to say about it. Drilbur in DMAX is the most important thing about this. The wild encounter pool is whatever. It's fine. But yeah, Dynamax Drilbur is good. And you're going to need it because this next event coming up, we're going to be seeing Toxicity, which takes 4 times damage from ground type. So that's why you're being force fed these Drilbur right now. So if you're wondering why, that's why. So let's talk about that event. Into the Wild. Trainers, it's time to explore the unknown before Pokemon Go Wild Area Global kicks off for trainers around the world. Begin your adventure with electric and poison type encounters and more during the Into the Wild event. This is starting this Monday, November 18th at 12:01 a.m. to Friday, November 22nd at 11:59 p.m. local time. Debut, Toxel, will be available to hatch from 10-kilometer eggs for the very first time globally in Pokemon Go. Especially fortunate trainers might hatch shiny Toxel. Now that's new.
I noticed that too. I was reading that before the show. I was like, wait, that's not Niantic wording.
That's kind of creeping me out, man. Oh my gosh. I mean, it reads better than extremely lucky trainers or very lucky trainers, but especially fortunate.
Doesn't sound right.
Doesn't sound right. No. Anyway, Into the Wild paid tickets. Of course they did. Enhance your experience with paid Into the Wild tickets. Enjoy daily timed research and additional bonuses. Perfect for trainers who want to make the most of this event. And don't you dare forget that you can gift tickets to your Pokemon Go friends and share the fun. Unless they've turned it off like we have. These tickets.
Mine's back on now.
Oh, Kyle's is back on. Buy him all the things. He deserves it.
Don't buy me the December Community Day ticket, please. I'm not going to be able to play. Both days, at least, I should say.
There you go. These tickets will be available for purchase from Monday, November 18th to Friday, November 22nd. It's through the length of the event, more or less. Trainers can purchase either one or both of these tickets. Each ticket features unique bonuses. What are they, you ask? Oh boy, I'm so glad you asked that question. The first one, by the way, these are just like the paid tickets that you see at GoFest. You'll know what we mean in a second here. Into the Wild raids for 5 buckaroos. You'll be able to access event-exclusive daily timed research and other raid-themed bonuses. Each day, trainers will receive timed research that award the following: 20 Pokeballs, 1,000 experience, 2,000 Stardust, 3 Toxel Candy, and 1 Toxel Candy XL. Plus, you'll be able to enjoy the following bonuses: up to 2 free raid passes per day, 5,000 additional XP from completing raids, 1 additional candy from Pokemon in 4-star, 5-star Mega, Ultra Beast, and Primal raids. Whoa.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
That's crazy. Yep. So that's for $5. On its surface, if you are going to do all those raids and you're going to use all those free raid passes every day of the week, you will technically get the value of this back. But otherwise, like if you don't intend to raid very much, it's definitely not worth it.
Why don't you read the second ticket first, and we can talk about both, I think.
All right. Into the Wild Hatch. For $5 dues, you'll be able to access event-exclusive timed research and other hatch-themed bonuses. Each day, trainers will receive timed research that award the following. It's the same stuff: 20 Pokeballs, 1,000 experience, 2,000 Stardust, 3 Toxel Candy, 1 Toxel Candy XL. Plus, enjoy the following bonuses: increased chance of hatching Toxel from 10-kilometer eggs, half egg hatch distance, 2 times hatch Stardust, XP, and candy, and 1 single-use incubator per day from spinning Pokestops. I think the hatch ticket's got more value. Me thinks the hatch ticket's got the value, Kyle.
I think it has.
He doesn't want to admit it, folks.
I'm irritated by both of these tickets, and I
mean, you should be.
I can't answer. I think the hatch ticket value is trash, but I think that giving a free single-use incubator every day is what every hatch ticket should be. Yeah, and the fact that it's not is bizarre. So, like, that's great. I really, 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 really don't like increased chance of hatching Toxel from 10kx. I really don't like that. That is bad.
Does that feel like pay to win to you?
That it's not pay to win, because you're not winning anything by getting it. I get it. I'm cutting that kind of conversation off at the pass, but it feels bad to pay to get an objective advantage. When you pay to hatch a bunch of eggs, you're paying for a numbers game. You're paying because you're going to hatch more eggs. You have a bigger chance of doing it because that's how statistics work. This literally increases your chance.
Yes.
And I don't like that.
Don't like that. That's fair enough. I think that's a good take. All the same, I'm gonna buy it.
I don't like the raid pass one because you can correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody else can correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first time we've had one of these for just a regular event.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 free raid passes per day is really, really good. Like that's really good if you raid. That's technically 3 free raids a day, but you can't roll them over the next day. So if you don't do 3 raids every day for 5 days, you don't get the full value of this pass.
Yeah.
Which means you either probably end up doing raids you don't want to do just to use it for the value, or you already have a large enough group of people and you're going to do a bunch of raids anyways.
Yeah.
So it's such a questionable value. Also, if you buy both of those, that's what?
$10
Stardust. 10,000 experience, 20,000 Stardust.
I thought you were struggling to put 5 and 5 together. I was like,
no, I wasn't talking about the cost of it. I was talking about what you get from like the straight numbers.
Yeah,
three candy per day, 6 candy per day. So like that's not that much. It's
and
30 candy.
Don't undersell the 40 Pokeballs you'll get a day.
Yeah, 40 Pokeball. Is bad. Is bad.
Yeah.
If you're gonna buy one, this is the rare instance where I would say buying the hatch is much better for your money. I, under no circumstances, will buy either of these.
Is this so it's not an endorsement for the hatch?
No, absolutely not. If somebody wants to gift me one, don't gift me the raid one. I'll be actually annoyed because I won't use any of it. It'll be a waste of $5.
I will absolutely gift you the raid one.
I'm actually going to put or eggs in incubators for this event. So like.
Oh, I mean, we haven't really talked about it because we will talk about Toxel a little bit later. Yeah. Spoilers, but you like Toxel a lot.
Yeah, Toxel's awesome. A huge fan. Yeah. Big fan.
So it's good. It's part of the argument here when you're looking at this hatch and being like, for once, I'm considering this. And the big factor that I'm assuming is because it's Toxel we're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's the thing though, is it's a fan favorite Pokemon. Like a lot of people like Toxel.
Yeah.
So they know what they can or can't get away with here, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. So let's move along from the ticket portion here. I think you can also buy both tickets, and if you together on the web store, and if you do, you get like an incubator and a raid pass extra or something like that. I don't remember because sure. I don't like shilling for that web store very much. But go take a look. There's stuff there. Wild encounters for this event are going to be, here we go. Ivysaur, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Alolan Graveler, Magnemite, Magneton, Ghastly Haunter, Mareep, Flaffy, Roselia, Gulpin, Luxio, Stunky, Whirlipede, Emolga, Fungus, Dedenne, Grubbin, and Togedemaru.
Yeah.
That's man.
Too many spawns.
That's too many spawns.
It's too many spawns. It's not that necessarily any of the spawns are bad. There's a couple of, weaker ones in there. It's just too many.
Yeah.
It won't even feel like an event with how many different Pokemon are spawning here.
So they put asterisks next to the ones that can be shiny, right? I like Ivysaur can't be shiny in the wild. That's crazy. It's Why have we not fixed this? Why have we not?
I don't understand because this is the one instance where you can be like, this is Niantic's doing and not the Pokemon Company, because this is not how it works in any other Pokemon game.
No, and we have, it's not just Bulbasaur. Venusaur can be shiny too from raids and stuff. Like, this is outrageous. Justice for Ivysaur. And Weepinbell, Alolan Graveler, Magneton, Haunter, Flappy, Luxio, Whirlipede.
It's like, it makes no sense, especially this late in the game. Why can't they be shiny? What are you preventing us from doing by them being shiny?
I don't understand. Like, we're past the tour as well. Like, Kanto Tour was like 28 years ago at this point in time. Like, what's going on? What are we doing? Grow up, Niantic. Grow up. Come on. Jeez. Right. Well, let's talk about raids. The following Pokemon will appear in raids. Pokemon appearing in 5-star raids each day will also be featured in a raid hour from 6 to 7 p.m. local time for one day each on the following schedule. That's right. I forgot that there was like every day there's going to be like a raid hour thing, except for Monday, because that's Max Monday, baby. Next Monday, baby. We're so back. Origin Form Dialga and Palkia caught after raids during this event will have a chance of knowing their signature adventure effect moves. So keep that in mind. In 3-star raids, Weepinbell, Haunter, Flaffy, and Charjabug. If you're doing a 3-star raid for a Charjabug, I just want to talk.
I got a bridge to sell you.
That's right. I do. Kyle does. I've seen it. It's a beautiful bridge. Very much for sale. 5-star raids. On Tuesday, November 19th, it'll be Nihilego. Wednesday, November 20th is Tapu Koko. Thursday, November 21st is Origin Form Dialga. And then Friday, November 22nd is Origin Form Palkia, or Palkio and Dialgo.
Yep.
And then in Max Battles, it's your boy Drilbur. He ain't going nowhere. Looks like all week we're going to have more Drilbur, which is awesome. Event bonuses, the remote raid pass limit will be increased to 20 from Monday to Thursday. There will be no limit on remote raids from Friday through Sunday. And on Monday, November 18th, there will be an increased chance to get Rare Candy XL from Max Battles when challenging Dynamax Drilbur. So that's cool. In eggs, Toxel's being added to the existing 10-kilometer egg pool. They were very, very explicit that it's going to be added to the existing pool. So there's that.
That's 9 Pokemon in that egg pool then.
It's no Pokemon in that egg pool?
9.
I know. I heard you.
Not everyone here is German.
Oh. So, look, you know what, man? I gotta tell you, a quick aside. I've been so funny lately and nobody gets it. Nobody thinks I'm funny. It's truly a waste, honestly. Collection challenges, event-themed collection challenges are coming. Great. Complete them. Focus on catching Pokemon to receive encounters with event-themed Pokemon. I hope it's more Drilbur. Field research task rewards. Complete the tasks to earn items, Toxel Candy XL, the bigger ones, Stardust, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon. And then lastly, oh boy, it's Max Monday, baby. It's Max Monday, yes. November 18th from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. It's going to be Drilbur up in here. Increased chance to get Rare Candy XL from Max Battles and challenging Dynamax Drilbur. Don't forget that. And that's the event. That's it. How are we feeling?
It's kind of weird to have Max Monday called out inside of another event when it's kind of just going to be something that sort of exists.
Yeah. Well, it's the first one, right? So they're bringing some attention to it.
Oh, there was a Max Monday last week. It was like Bulbasaur or whatever.
It's the first one that I'm paying attention to.
Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Honestly, there's too much going on. There's too much here because especially this Saturday, Sunday, we have the actual event. We have the global wild area that is already filled with too much stuff. That already has the origin forms. It already has the new Gigantamax. It already has primals in raids too, which is bizarre choice.
Yep.
And then we have this lead up. This lead up's going to burn people out before they even get to do the local events.
I know. It's kind of crazy that they had tickets for this lead up event instead of it just be like, it doesn't feel like an on-ramp. It feels like a highway.
See? Now, if you wanted to get people to buy your ticket, make the ticket for the wild area event give these bonuses for the lead up week.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy both of those because I will play the wild area event, but not this.
Let me see really quick. Do they are there tickets for the wild area too?
I'm almost positive.
I mean, I know there's a ticket, but I'm wondering if there's a ticket for bonuses. Yeah, let me see. Buy tickets. Hello? That just took me to the web store. What are we doing, guys?
I agree. And then I clicked the more info on the web store and it took me to the web page.
It's $11.99 for the ticket. We knew that. I don't think there's a hatch or a raid thing.
I'm just scrolling through here to see maybe if they mentioned it. It doesn't look like there is.
For $100, 60 of each incubator, 3 remote raid passes, 30 regular raid passes, and 3 max particle packs. Boy, that's
no, it does not look like there is.
Okay, good. Yeah, that would be way too much. That would feel greedy. It is wild that these 2 tickets don't give some sort of bonus that would persist over the weekend. That feels
all of these bonuses are already active if you're a ticket holder.
Oh, basically. Well, that's even
if
better.
If you're a ticket holder, you get 2 times hatch Stardust, half hatch distance, 2 catched candy, 2 hatch, 5 raid passes a day, 6 special trades, increased XL, 5K additional experience from raids. So it is already actually baked into the $11.99 ticket, which makes this so much worse.
Yeah.
This makes it feel so much worse.
Yeah. Yeah, what's $5 more? You know?
$10.
Oh, sorry. What's $10 more? What's $5 more twice?
The event's fine. It's too much, in my opinion, but it's fine. 4 different 5-star raids is too much. You're expecting people to make time in the middle of the week to go to some of these. And then too many wild spawns means nobody can actually focus on what they want. They just kind of are there. So, yeah.
I just feel I'm going to have a different opinion.
Okay.
Crazy. I know.
Okay.
I know. I think the event is fine too, right? But I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get what like this. What are we celebrating? This feels like a celebration event. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like the wild area is new. That's great, but why the lead up event? Like I don't. To me, it doesn't have strong enough identity enough for me to be like, yeah, this is warranted. This feels like overblown to me. This whole thing.
I think the idea here, and that they don't really have the build up to justify it, is this is an end of season spectacular.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense when you say it like that.
But it doesn't fit because, like, nothing has actually led up to this except the fact that we got the max stuff. But this doesn't really focus on the max stuff. It just has a max Drilbur in max battles, which we are celebrating right now.
We are.
In another event that's leading up to this event, like, it's just, I don't get it at all.
Yeah, simply groundbreaking. Feels like it should have just been extended this entire week, and this like lead up thing is like just too much.
Yeah, I don't hate this, but it definitely feels more like a cash grab than a really thought out event.
Yeah, it feels undeserved, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, objectively, a lot of the stuff about this event is exciting and at school. And if you're able to play your heart out, it'll be fun, right? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But yeah, it just feels weird to me. I don't know. I
guess one thing that's worth mentioning is if you don't buy a ticket for the Wild Area event, this is the only way you can get Toxel. Well, rather, this is them releasing Toxel, I suppose you could say.
Yes.
Which is fine. Feels like an awful lot for that to be the main draw when you are already doing a paid event that is supposed to be that draw. Yep. And there's also a paid in-person event last week, or rather, right now that has that. So I don't know.
Yep. Well, or if you did 20 Gigantamax Gengars, that kind of turned into a paid event, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did. Unfortunately,
I'm gonna casually sink $20 into Gengars.
Have nothing to show for it. Don't be like me,
or be like Kyle. That's fine. Anyway, that's it for the news. Wow, so much stuff happening. So it's a teensy bit overwhelming, like we said. But we hope that you can find some purpose and desire and drive and motivation in the chaos that is this month, November. Oh boy. Okay. We're going to take a quick little break, and then when we come back, it's going to be PokéLore time.
And we're back with PokéLore, and this week we're doing Toxel. Wait for it. The baby Pokemon.
The baby Pokemon.
And Toxtricity, the punk Pokemon.
They always grow up to be punks.
Why not the baby punk Pokemon?
Why not?
Why the baby Pokemon?
The grown up Pokemon.
No, I'm talking about Toxel. Why is Toxel the baby? Just the baby.
Hey.
Toxel is a small quadrupedal purple lizard-like baby Pokemon. It has a lightning bolt-like protrusion on its forehead, along with 4 conical spikes surrounding its head. It has violet eyes with black pupils and white sclera. Toxel typically has its light purple tongue sticking out of its mouth. Its cheeks are marked with a very pale, whitish lavender spot on each side. Its chest also has a pale lavender white spot, heavily resembling a baby's bib. Its lower half is light purple with lines running down the sides, resembling a diaper, and entirely covering its short, tapered tail. Its arms and legs have 2 stubby fingers and toes on each, with pale white spots under the toes and palms. Toxel also has 2 white spots on its back just below its head. Toxel has 2 sacs inside its body, 1 to store poison and 1 to store electricity. It is able to drink water and filter it into a poison that is harmless to it. By manipulating the chemical makeup of its poison, it can produce electricity.
Oh, yeah.
Toxel relays the electric poison through its skin. While the voltage produced by this electrified poison is weak, it can cause a tingling paralysis if touched. Toxel has a selfish nature and loves seeking attention.
It's a baby.
I'm so ready to read Toxtricity because Toxel is peak 5-year-old designing monster energy.
Oh, yeah.
In that description. I love it.
It's got 2 sacs in it. One's got electricity. The other one's got a deadly poison, Dad.
But the poison doesn't hurt it, but it can electrify the poison. It's so funny. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, gosh.
Toxtricity is a bipedal lizard or salamander-like Pokemon. A salamander is a lizard. I don't know why we had to differentiate.
Yep.
With 2 forms. Both amped form and low-key form Toxtricity have purple-colored bodies and white eyes with black irises. Both forms, what?
I gotta tell you right now.
Okay.
I would normally wait till the end, but salamanders are not lizards.
Salamanders are not lizards.
No.
What are they then?
They're amphibians.
Oh, okay. You know what? Fair enough. Salamanders are amphibians.
Okay. Wow. I'm sorry.
Well, then it can't be lizard or salamander. Like, it has to be one or the other. This does not make the description better.
It does for me. This is more fun.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. There you go.
Both forms also have 4 spikes on the back, 4 spikes on each wrist, and a crescent-shaped body part with 7 spikes on the waist. Amp form Toxtricity has a slouched posture. It has a yellow underbelly and yellow stripes on its legs and yellow accents on its back, palms, and soles. It also has yellow electric frill that extends from its snout to its neck. 2 additional electric spikes protrude from its back. It has 4 horns, 2 smaller ones above its eyes and 2 larger ones on the sides of its head. 6 organs protrude from its chest. Okay. That's
nice.
all that. The next sentence doesn't relate to that, so I just had to let that sit in.
Yep.
Ant form Toxtricity are known to be short-tempered and extremely confident. This form aggressively attacks anything that makes eye contact with it. Low-key form Toxtricity has an upright posture with its neck standing tall. It has a light blue underbelly, light blue stripes on its legs, and light blue accents on its back, palms, and soles. It has a large fin-like horn in front of its face and 2 smaller horns on the sides of its head. Its 2 light electric blue frills run from the base of its larger horn and down to its neck. 4 organs protrude from its chest. Low-key form Toxtricity are known to be selfish and dismissive of others and have high regard toward their strength. That's very similar descriptive to the amped form, but okay.
Yeah.
Unlike its amped form counterpart, low-key form Toxtricity prefers to taunt opponents into fighting it when making eye contact with them. By clawing at the organs on its chest, both forms of Toxtricity can generate over 15,000 volts of electricity as well as sound.
As well as sound.
The sounds they make resemble those of electric string instruments, a standard guitar for ant form and a bass guitar for low-key form. Toxtricity chugs stagnant water to absorb the dissolved toxins, which it then breaks down in order to generate electricity. What?
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
What?
It's not talking about its 2 separate sacks, though, so.
Toxtricity is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Overdrive, as well as the only known Pokemon that can have Punk Rock as an ability.
Time to follow that link and see what that is.
It increases damage of sound-based moves.
By 30%.
I already knew that one. I love Toxtricity.
Boom Burst, another hidden.
It does. He actually can use Boom Burst unironically.
Oh, wow.
As like a coverage move. I don't know if you would want to, but he could.
Well, what about Overdrive? What's Overdrive like?
For stats, as a max CP at level 40 of 2601 and a level 50 of 2941. Not great, all things considered. Not in Go, at least. 181 stamina, 140 defense, and 224 attack. Its best theoretical moveset at the moment. Well, I guess it just came out, so what it's got. Hopefully, maybe you never know in the future. This is not a great setup here. With Spark, Wild Charge, and Discharge.
You can also know Acid Spray and some like one other move, but
Acid Spray may have some PvP play. I don't know. The typing does not do Toxtricity any favors, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, I love Toxtricity.
Yeah.
That said, I don't think there's any actual difference between the two forms. Oh, there's one difference. At level 52, low-key form learns a move called Magnetic Flux, which raises both of its defense stats. And amped form learns Shift Gear, which raises its speed and attack. But like stat-wise, they're exactly the same. It's kind of uninspired there.
One's got 2 less organs on its chest.
Yeah, I mean, they're organs, all right.
They sure are. They're not harpsichords. They're organs. Yep. Great. Toxtricity's cool. Toxel's a baby. All right. That's neat. And we hope you hatch one this week. Good luck. Okay. I think that's it for PokéLore. That means that it's Poképoll time.
Our last Poképoll was, does the concept of highly challenging content in Pokemon Go appeal to you, or are you more of a casual/passive trainer? First response from Carlo says, challenging content is always appealing, but it needs to be an interesting challenge. Spend 800 max energy and 100 candy to unlock the ability to do anything other than a cheer spammer is a decently sized obstacle to anyone that didn't obsess over the feature, that didn't land gracefully on the community, that knew better variations of what they were spending on were on the horizon. Yeah, I mean, no argument there, really.
No. The only argument I have is the way that Carlos spelled obstacle.
You leave that there and move on. It's okay.
I'm gonna leave that there.
Next one is from Fear the Turtle, and they said, I love the highly challenging content in the game. I've been leading raid groups since 2018 and was one of the founding members of the Community Ambassador Program. Both gave the game more social value, but also additional personal challenges. That being said, the casual and rural players should be able to participate and enjoy the game too. I have some thoughts on the difficulty of Gigantamax battles and a possible accessibility solution. My thought is to add additional tiers to Gmax battles based on difficulty. Hear me out. Ever since branching research was released, I thought they should allow the trainer to choose a difficulty level for event research lines. As you choose a more difficult path, there would be harder tasks and better or more rewards. A similar concept could work for the Gmax battles. Have tier 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3, or just label them as Great, Ultra, and Master, or something similar. Have Gmax battles take over each max spot and activate all spots to make each level accessible. They could even rebalance the battle tiers based on population, give more basic battles to rural areas than suburban or urban areas. The basic level battles could be defeated by 4 to 10 trainers, Ultra by 8 to 20, and Master could be the current 10 to 40. The rewards would be increased if the level was higher, and you could even balance the IVs to reward the more challenging battles. I know this doesn't solve all the rural player issues because they could get less rewards and weaker Pokemon, but at least the Pokedex accessibility issue could be better. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. Thanks, Fear the Turtle.
Yes. I mean, I agree with this. We've had conversations in the past on here how like scaling should work. And I think having a very clear delineation between tiers so they could still have their intended gameplay experience is just a nice way to meet them halfway on that idea.
Yeah, I agree. The game could really use some balancing features would be very nice. I understand the difficulty though in where do you implement the balancing features that doesn't potentially get abused by other people? You know?
Yeah.
How bad do you have to make the rewards to not make a pair? You know, because we know a couple of people who play in pairs. A pair of seasoned veterans not pick the basic battle so that they can blast 100 of them in a day.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, making them want to do the master. Because if the rewards are that bad, well, then the rural players are just that out of luck anyways.
Yeah.
It's a very fine line that I do respect is very hard to do properly.
I think it's difficult because if the main reward that everybody's going for is, of course, like you could get rid of the Stardust and the extra candy and stuff like that, but it's for the Pokemon at the end of the encounter, right? So you can't really take that away or make that less.
No, but what if it was a 5/5/5 Ivy floor?
I mean, sure,
would
right?
that feel bad, or would that be an okay adjustment kind of thing? You know,
I think both.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would feel bad.
So
right. We would feel bad because we have an established understanding how this game works and what we're going to get from the effort we put in, right? And you tweak some of those numbers and people feel slighted or targeted, right? Because that would be an example of making something worse instead of making everything else better in order to balance it out, right? I don't know. It's difficult, but I think if they could figure it out, if they could get the balance right, something like this would be really, really well received.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Next up from Artemis Dragon, they said it absolutely does. I just don't see Gigantamax battles being that level of hard mode that works best with the Pokemon Go crowd yet. At the least, there should be some casual friendly in-game tutorial that explains how typings work while you're playing. We're 8 years into playing Go, and we still can't break these recurring habits that many continue to practice, such as using the recommended battle party, not powering up the right Pokemon in raids, not using the right moves, or just not asking what makes something good versus not so good. Though it's not fair to blame the user as some have done, not when the game preloads it for them or when they look at official Pokemon Go ad and Pikachu is being used to take down a Lugia. I personally haven't done any Gmax battles, but it is refreshing to see people latching onto the concept of powering up their Pokemon's moves in order to be efficient. But I still think we have more work to do first, especially for smaller communities. P.S. Small tangent to anyone listening. They are called max battles or just battles. These are not raids. Stop calling them raids. I beg of you. LOL. Peace. That's fair. I wish they counted for raid tasks, though.
Yeah.
I still have 2 Halloween tasks. I haven't done any raids since Halloween event ended.
Oh. But Lugia's back.
I could not care less.
Aeroblast.
There is not I'm not even joking. There is not a single Pokemon that they could put in raids, in 5-star raids right now, that would make me want to go do them.
Yveltal?
I did 150 of them at GoFest last New York, not this past, the last.
Rayquaza.
I got 2 hundos last time. One of them's level 50, the other's level 48.
Yeah, but you share a roof with somebody who's got a Shundo.
I do.
So,
but I don't think I'll never be able to compete with that.
Your work is not yet done, soldier. No, you got to get it back out there and wrangle some more Sky Dragons.
Like
dude.
I did so many of the Origin forms as well for Sinnoh Tour. I'm not going to do any this weekend, probably.
No horses on the menu, huh?
Probably not. Maybe if I have some to do in person, I don't have to spend money on, I'll do those.
Kind of depends where we end up.
I will not do many remote raids. I might do a couple. So yeah, I haven't done any raids. I haven't gone out of my way. At least I need to do so.
TCG Pocket really just hollowing us out, man. You know,
no, TCG Pocket is fine.
It's awesome.
It's fine.
It's awesome.
It's good for what it is, but I don't think it is. I think
you're the worst. It's awesome. Whatever, dog. You just don't like Lapras.
No, I just don't like the TCG.
Oh well.
If I was going to play a TCG, I would rather be playing Magic, I'm not gonna lie. It's no shade, but
this Grinch-like behavior is a little too early for me, I think.
No, Magic is a better card game. I'm sorry.
Magic is the best card game ever made.
But also, look, okay, it's a small tangent though about TCG because I've been thinking about why I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's a TCG. I know that's gonna sound stupid, but you have to use the best cards available to you. You can't build a strategy around cards you like. And that's one of the things that Pokemon as a franchise has always been so good about. It doesn't matter how much you like Donphan.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not a meta card, you can't use it. Like it doesn't do anything if you put it in a deck, except fill in space until you draw your meta cards.
Yeah,
and that's great when the meta is a Pokemon you really want to use.
But Magic is the exact same way.
But you don't have a personal investment in the Magic cards. It doesn't matter to me that I paid 3 mana to, summon a Stampeding Rhino, because that's not a Pokemon that I've known for 25 years. I don't care about what is actually on the card outside of the art being cool.
Okay.
And so I have this weird investment where I don't want to make a deck that has like I don't even know what the current a Lapras. I don't like Lapras. Like Lapras is fine.
No, it's Mewtwo EX or even better, Pikachu EX all the way down, man.
And I don't care about Pikachu. I really don't.
How dare you
fight me? I've talked about this before. I think Pikachu is the mascot, and I'm tired of seeing it.
Hold on. What if we put that Pikachu in a hat?
No, I'll catch it.
You're a monster.
And then I won't care about it again.
You are a monster. You're in the.
We're gonna move on.
The vocal minority.
I hope everybody's enjoying TCG Pocket. I open it to open my 2 packs a day, and then I close it again. So
free to play.
Free to play. Yeah, I'd rather spend more money on sleep.
So true.
I caught a Raikou today in sleep.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you use it incense?
No.
What?
Yeah, I got a picture. I forgot to send it to you.
What? Where are you?
Green grass.
What?
Yeah.
Call the police. That's weird. Something is wrong there.
I know. I was like, wait, hang on. I didn't know this was possible.
That's good for you though. Was it good? Did you catch it?
No, it was terrible. I did catch it.
Did you use a master biscuit? Oh, okay.
I did.
My man. Good on you.
The first one I've actually used since I started playing the game.
You're not trigger shy in sleep. Seems that's good. That's good.
Okay, we're gonna go back to our PokéPoll answers now. I'm sorry, back to regularly scheduled programs, because the next one's the response is from Dad.
Yes.
It's a general response to release of Gmax/DMax. Hi, Chris. Here's my take on the DMax Gmax thing. The biggest problem with the rollout of these features was the lack of appropriate scaling. I think we all would have been better served by introducing a 4 or 5-star ghost during the Halloween, followed by a manageable Gmax raid in part 2. A 5-star DMax raid would likely have shown people how the mechanics work and the importance of having adequately powered up Pokemon. I suspect some of our group had failed Gengar on Saturday and may have left discouraged enough to not come out for another similar event. I really enjoy the Gmax DMax system, but feel the rollout was, for many communities, very poorly done.
Yeah.
Apologize for the long post. I hope you'll be able to share the experience of a smallish town hardcore player with the powers that be. Peace. Agreed. The worst part about the whole system is the rollout, because I think the system itself is solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
There's no argument. I agree fully.
Yep.
Really, really poorly handled. And the next Gmax release after Toxtricity in the Wild area is going to be very telling.
Yeah, it will. We'll see if they keep the difficulty changes in or not. I feel like that's going to be a big tell. But yeah. Agreed. Thank you for your input, Dad. We've got a voicemail here from Hero Ice 2.
Hey, Chris and Kyle, it's Brandon Hero Ice 18 here again. Not calling from Arizona, but in California because I'm on vacation. Ooh. But I heard the PokéPoll question of is challenge or difficulty a good thing in Go kind of thing. And honestly, I do enjoy having challenging content. I do enjoy having to adapt and figure out the best solution. That's why I like to play the video game series and play VGC or other things. But I think challenging in Pokemon Go is a very different thing compared to most other games. In Go, you have basically two main ways to gate check a person. Either through Stardust, which is not an unlimited resource and can be used in quite a variety of paths, whether it be for PvP, if you want to power up a buddy, if you want to just teach another move to a Pokemon. And so that's one way to gate check the player. And the other one, as we've seen throughout the Gmax raids, is people, making sure that you need enough people. And so I don't really feel like it's really challenging as a player to be like, hey, to complete this content, you either have to power up this one-time Pokemon that will get outclassed in terms of the Gmax forums, or you need to go out of your way and just find more people to do more damage to it. I don't really feel like that's as challenging, because someone could come into a 40-person Gmax raid and have just level 1 max moves with just fully evolved Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And there's no challenge in that for them, because everyone else is most likely having more optimal counters or more powered up stuff. So it doesn't really feel like Pokemon Go is in a place to be challenging. Rather, it's just a very resource intensive economy. And I think that's kind of the hard balance that Niantic has had to do. I know that they tried to do a soft launch with, or a soft reset with, having only Dynamax Pokemon able to be in Dynamax raids, but I think the way they rolled it out didn't lend itself to encourage challenging content. So those are just my thoughts. Overall, I'm glad that Gengar was easier than the Kanto Stars. Our community couldn't get any of them, but I'm excited to see what Toxtricity has, and thank goodness we're getting Drilbur, so hopefully I'll have more to report next time. See you later. Bye.
It's a good argument. Or rather, it's a good point about like kind of poking at what are we considering difficulty? Is it like the task itself, or is it getting ready for the task itself? Mm-hmm. You know, the part about resources I think was very interesting. So yeah, I guess it kind of depends on how you define difficulty.
Yeah, and you know, you can talk about the difficulty being resources. You can talk about the difficulty being number of people, because those are really the two, I think, biggest talking points people have had over the last, what has it been now? A month? It's been about a month.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that the simplest one though is that Go is a really casual game. You know, we're more hardcore than the average, and we are friends with people who are far more hardcore than we are. Mm-hmm. But the average is still very, very casual. I am willing to bet that the average person who opens Pokemon Go on a day-to-day basis, and I do mean daily, doesn't know half of the type matchups in the game. Mm-hmm. They don't even know which Pokemon is super effective against another one. So how in the world do you make an appropriately balanced end game difficulty content that is not leaving people out in the dust?
I mean, you don't, right?
Yeah, you don't. And that's kind of why I guess our 5-star raids were what they were for so long.
Yeah.
They existed to include basically everybody. See, this is a funny part here, because if I were to go into a raid right now, 5-star raid, doesn't matter what Pokemon it is, maybe like a defense form Deoxys, this would be different, and I saw like a level 25 trainer, I wouldn't even think twice. It wouldn't register. I'm like, oh, cool. That's a newer player. That's awesome. I love to see newer players playing Pokemon Go. It's really exciting. But I go into a Gigantamax battle and I see a level 25 trainer in my party, I suddenly have a very different feeling about it.
Yeah.
And that's not fair to them, but it's just what happens. Like, oh no, they're going to get KO'd. I'm not going to get as much Gigantamax or max energy. So I'm not going to be able to Gigantamax. So I'm not going to be able to perform to my peak ability. So now we're going to lose. And I'm like, oh.
I think what you're describing to me though is like a game culture thing. And like when you talk, so I'm looking at in my head World of Warcraft raiding and playing League of Legends as comparisons to this, for how the culture of the game itself is part of the learning curve, right? So when you are learning League of Legends, you can do all the reading you want. You can watch all the videos. You can do all sorts of stuff to get ready. But it's not until you get your butt kicked 100 times that you really start to learn the game. And then that you have to be ready to learn like that. It's like learning through failure is huge, especially with games like this that are like highly nuanced combat and stuff like that, right? For World of Warcraft in raiding, having people that are doing nothing in your raid group actively hurts your raid group, just like in GMAX does, like what Kyle was just describing. It changes from I'm glad we have more bodies in here and these people get to see this content at the easiest difficulty level, and the hardest difficulty is, you're not well above the average, you are dead weight, get out of here, you know. And I think what you're saying is right, that it's more the latter for these GMAX things because it's more difficult rather. And the expectation from newer players coming in is that it's a space where they're going to be welcome, and they don't know. There's no self-awareness there because they haven't seen this in other games, or they don't know what to expect from the system, or whatever the case might be. And it is jarring. Yeah.
And then they're scared away, and then they don't come back out. And then the system has less people to do it in the future. So even though maybe each individual player might be slightly better, you have less people showing up.
Yeah.
And so your system might not stay alive. It's a vicious cycle.
Sure is.
And it's a great example because WoW deliberately has 3 tiers of difficulty, 4 tiers of difficulty, technically.
Yeah.
The first one is literally free, though. It's like doing a 1-star raid, so we don't count it. But
that's what I was describing. Like, I'm just happy we have more bodies in here.
Yeah.
They could stand in a corner and face the wrong direction, or walk off the edge at the beginning of the encounter, and we will still be okay.
Yeah.
You know?
And so, WoW has that kind of scaling thing that definitely would benefit a lot in this.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Thank you for the voicemail, your eyes. Appreciate it.
All right. So for this week's PokéPoll, we have what is your favorite and least favorite way that a new Pokemon is debuted in Pokemon Go? I can tell you my least favorite right now.
Okay. Can you tell me your favorite right after?
I actually don't know if I could. I have to think a little harder about it. I've been thinking all show.
That's so Kyle. Oh my God. I can tell you what I hate right away, but I'm completely lost in what I like. That's crazy. You need to give me more time.
There's only one example. It only exists once, and I hate it still.
All right.
And that was Dynamax.
Oh, you're being really specific.
I'm being specific. Okay. Well, they haven't done it again. If they do it again, I'll be very annoyed.
You mean party play?
In exclusively existent in party play. Now, when it did come out, it was in tasks. So this is kind of cheating. But if a player wasn't there for that 1 week, this is the only way to get that Pokemon.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it.
Okay. What do you like?
I love when they drop like 6 Pokemon at once.
Yeah.
I love when it's like, here's these 6, go.
So like in the wild is your answer. Okay.
Yeah, but not just one. When it's just one in the wild, it's not as exciting in that regard. But when there's like a fresh drop of 3 Pokemon and then you have to go catch all of them to evolve them, that's really exciting. Yeah. Seeing shadows on the map is by far the best experience, in my opinion, in Go.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's hard to argue against that. That's like the core gameplay loop.
Even like seeing a shadow for a Jangmo-O when Jangmo-O dropped, I'm like, I don't know what neighborhood this is in, but I'm going there. Yeah. Like nothing else quite matches that.
Those are good answers. I'm not going to consider Dynamax because it's kind of an outlier since it's the one data point and it was your answer.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I really dislike the most when a Pokemon is debuted in tasks.
Okay.
I don't like that. To me, it feels like going out of your way and slowing things down in order to do this, right? And I think I also agree with you that in the wild is the best, just objectively the best for everybody, right? For a new debut. But I personally really like it when it's in 1-star raids. I like that. I know that sounds like such a shill answer. Who wants to do more raids, right? But 1-star raids, it's like very clear. There's timers. You're never going to be able to do it. You know, it's going to be out and about. Like it feels comfortably guaranteed.
No, I like 1-star raid drops, especially you can really kind of specifically go for something.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Those are our answers, folks. If you have answers, we'd love to hear them. This week's Poképoll question was, one more time, what is your favorite and least favorite way that a new Pokemon is debuted in Pokemon Go? You can answer that question when we post this on X at GOCast Podcast. We're also on Threads at that same handle at GOCast Podcast. If you are listening to this show and you're like, I want to answer this, but I don't use either of those social media sites, you can watch on YouTube and comment. Hi, YouTube. What's up? How's it going? How's it hanging?
What about Blue Sky?
Oh, also Blue Sky. I haven't made an account on Blue Sky yet.
I don't know anything about Blue Sky. I just know
it's just
to annoy you.
It's Twitter adjacent. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. we're posting on Mastodon every day, man. Oh my jeez. I have some friends that love Mastodon, and I love them dearly, but I would rather.
Blue Sky is blowing up though.
Whatever, dude. If I have to hear one more person talk about Federation, I'm going to scream. I swear to God, dude. Okay, anyway. Okay, X the Everything app. That's so cringe. And Threads, YouTube. If you're on the YouTube channel, please subscribe. We'd love you forever. And then you can comment there with your answer. You can also leave us a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717. If that was too fast for you, go to our website, gocastpodcast.com, and you can find that posted there as well. Or you can send us an email to mail@gocastpodcast.com. We receive a lot of answers there. If you're a patron of ours, we have a patron-exclusive Discord, and we have a PokéPoll channel as well. So that's where we post the question every week and pull answers primarily from there. We pull those answers for the show. So there's that. Speaking of emails and voicemails, Mr. Kyle, I know this feels kind of like a weird show, like we're getting our bearings again. But where are we? What's going on?
It's time for emails.
Oh, so true. And a couple of voicemails. We've got a voicemail here. This one is from Jamal from the Waste Spotters podcast. This was supposed to be in episode 306, so 2 years ago. But I missed it. Or it came in that night, that Tuesday evening. So here it is.
Hey, Chris and Kyle. Wanted to respond to your questions you guys were talking about around 57 minutes and 40 odd seconds something in the last show, episode 305, Halloween part boo. This is Jamal.
Good title.
And when you talk about Starbucks and sponsored stops, those are a little funky. So as you alluded to, sponsored stops kind of break the mold and break the rules for everything. Now, through our research, sometimes sponsored stops can count as an additional tick on the map to trigger a gym, and sometimes they don't. Now, some Starbucks are gyms and some Starbucks are stops. But if I was you, Kyle, and you have a mural that is a legal mural that would be a good POI for the game, I would definitely submit it, as I have submitted about every mural in every Starbucks in Charlotte, North Carolina. Anyhow.
How many have
Walmart?
Accepted, though?
Most Walmarts, for whatever reason, depending on the level of sponsorship, have at least 2 POIs there. So the 2 Walmarts that I'm close to, I'm within 10 miles of 2 Walmarts. One Walmart has an existing stop that was there from a local nominator, and then it has a gym, and then it has a Pokestop. Both of them have that. One of those local nominators is me. I nominated the mural that you see when you walk in. So when it comes to these sponsor stops, they break all the rules. They're good for the game, and it's good for rural players to have somewhere to go. It's almost like a little mini park when you look at a Walmart. Most times there's going to be 2 or 3 things there. One of them's usually going to be a gym. But hopefully that answers your question. If you have any other questions, you can let me know. Thanks.
Huh. It's great to know. I keep, every time I'm at work, literally last Monday, I walked past the mural and I'm like, I need to submit this still. I still haven't done this.
Yeah. Do it on a 10 or something.
Yeah, I know. I forget because at that point I'm like, I'm just sitting down now.
Yeah.
Go is not on my mind.
Fair.
So
fair.
That is good to know. I really do need to do it for sure.
And just because Jamal is a gentleman and did not plug their show, we're going to do it for them. Go listen to the Way Spotters podcast. It's part of the Pokemon Professor Network. If you are interested in hearing more about basically the bones, the skeletons that works in the background of this game, and like Ingress and Monster Hunter and all those other games. The POI system and stuff is very interesting. There's a lot of detail to it that unless you've looked into it, you probably have no idea what an S2 cell is, but you should know.
I have talked very, very briefly with Sarah Amanda about this in the last few weeks. And I'm just like, oh man, I can't keep up.
Yeah,
but I appreciate knowing about it.
You know what we got to do? Because I know you and I have talked about you talking about it on Gear Up again because it's been a while. We should just bring an expert on to talk about it.
Somebody come on and talk about S2 cells. You just got to keep it under an hour because I know you can talk about S2 cells forever.
Yeah,
forever. There's so much to talk about.
Yeah. I guess we're in the market for that. If somebody wants to come on and do a short little spiel, that'd be great. But yeah, under an hour would be appreciated for sure. Oh my God. All right. Thank you, Jamal. Appreciate it. Appreciate the work you guys do over there on Way Spotters as well. Okay. So we've got 2 more voicemails. This one's from Jason.
Hey, what's up, Chris and Kyle? This is Jason, aka Burning Blaze. So excited to report to the GOCast podcast that I have officially hit level 50. That's right. I took Kyle's advice when I emailed in. I don't know if you guys remember, but episode 299. By the way, congrats on 300. I emailed in and Kyle said, I quote, "Go hard on Ponyta Day," which I did. I hit level 50 that day. I could not miss with my excellent throws. I was hot. So thank you, Kyle, and thank you guys for the support. Level 50 is so chill. Not having to wake up, worry about eggs on your week
so
or your day 7. Excellent throws. I'm telling you, it's another world. I totally feel a PokéPoll question coming. How chill is your level 50 experience? Just throwing that out there. Anyway. Thank you guys. I can't wait for you both to to join the club. It really does rock. I'll leave you with a question, and I also have an answer to the PokéPoll question this week. But my question: what would you do with the Hundo Necrozma? Yes, I have one. I was lucky enough to get one. I haven't touched it yet. Do you leave it? Do you dust or don it? That's my question, and then I'll leave you with my Gigantamax suggestion. Annihilate. I mean, come on. All that hair, why not? Like, that thing would just be crazy hair. It'd be like the Richard Simmons of Pokemon. I don't know if you guys know who that is. Anyway, how about the Bob Rossi? There we go.
I know both of them. Don't worry. I got called both.
Cheers. Jason out.
Okay. First of all, I got to clarify. I am level 50. I've been level 50.
Chris has been level 50. Chris is almost level 50 times 2.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't checked in a while what my experience is at. What do you think it's at? Hatching eggs. Buying time. Oh boy, a Goomy. That's purple.
275.
275. 272.
Look at that. See, I know things.
You know things. Yep. Okay. So good call out also on Annihilate.
Yep.
That would be a great Gigantamax. It'd be awesome. What was the question that he asked?
Oh, what to do with a Hundo Necrozma?
Oh, transfer it. Yeah. Get that weak garbage Pokemon out of here.
You're generating Team Magma Tyler energy right there.
A little bit. No, I don't like Necrozma, but I mean a Hundo, you gotta max it out, take it out to dinner, treat it right. Then Dawn Wings for sure. Or actually, no, Duskmane. Duskmane's the better one. Sorry.
No, Dawn Wings for sure.
But meta wise,
no. I mean, meta wise, they're both top. If you're gonna do PvP, I think Duskmane is better. But yeah. Well, I happen to have a Hundo Necrozma, and I made it a Dustwing, or Dawnwing, sorry. And don't regret it at all. It is exceptional. If you do plan to do Master League for whatever unknown reason you'd want to do that. I do believe that Duskmane is better. So, keep that in mind. Yeah. But my recommendation is definitely Dawnwings. So,
yeah. Dawnwings is cooler.
Yeah. They're both very cool, though. You can't go wrong. They're both very good.
But Duskmane to me looks like a Zoid, and Dawnwings looks like a Pokemon. So, all right. Anyway, thank you very much for that voicemail. Appreciate it. We got one more voicemail. This one is from Sarah Amanda.
Hey, GOCast. It's Sarah Amanda here. Usually I skip Spotlight Hour because I'm just trying to get home in a timely manner to have dinner with my significant other. But last Tuesday was the Halloween Hat Froakie and Rowlite Spotlight Hour, which, I mean, that's 2 cute new shinies to chase, and I'm here for that because there's not many shinies I'm missing. And also, probably more importantly, my significant other was still out of town because he was coming back from, we were on a road trip, and I was on that road trip, but then I flew from Denver to Mall of America and then back to Atlanta. So I beat him home by a couple of days. So there wasn't anyone at home waiting to have dinner with, so I was free to play the full hour guilt-free in my downtown area. So I posted a meetup on Campfire. Wasn't expecting anyone to turn up because, I mean, the check-in code for Spotlight Hour is just an instance and a lure. I mean, those items make sense, but they're kind of boring. But we actually had a small crew of 4 people. So we went around and did some raids. And while at it, I was calling out any Morpeko or Spiritomb tasks I found. Didn't get any shinies, but it was still a nice time. And so today, Friday, I thought Halloween was over because, October 31st was on Thursday, which was yesterday. But I guess Halloween's still going on in the game. So during lunch, I was going around again, trying to find as many Spiritomb tasks as possible. And I found 6 Spiritomb tasks and 9 more Morpeko tasks. So yeah, as you can imagine, I was raiding anything that moved during my lunch. Hat Pikachu, easy. Mega Banette, kind of gross, but also easy. Darkrai, okay, also kind of gross because I have free shinies and you can't trade them. But at least, maybe people would find them more exciting to join with a remote raid pass. So anyway, guess what? I actually did get a shiny Spiritomb.
Oh.
Stop walking around and spinning all the tasks. It's good. I can now sleep. Anyway, miracles do happen. That's all. Peace, Sarah Amanda.
That's awesome. I'm very happy for you.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Next year, buddy. Next year.
Next year, Spiritomb won't exist. You watch. No Spiritomb tasks at all next year.
Oh my god. Maybe that'd be so funny. It's an every other year sort of thing. You're like, are you kidding me?
Oh god. I got one more. I got one Spiritomb task right now that I have to finish. I have to do 2 raids.
Oh yeah, because you haven't raided since 2022 or whatever.
I got 1 Spiritomb and 1 more Pekko task.
Nice. Very nice.
So you never know. It could happen.
Oh, I know. That thing ain't shiny.
No, it's not.
That thing ain't shiny, dog. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking of the other voicemail, and I quote, "Go hard on Ponyta Day." I want that on a shirt. Go hard on Ponyta Day. Okay. Anyway, thank y'all for the voicemails. Appreciate it. We got 2 emails here. Kyle, I'll let you choose. You want to go first or second here?
I'll go first this time.
All right.
First emails from Ryan. They said, "Hey, GoCast, it's Ryan. I had the best week for the week of Halloween. I got 2 shiny Zorua. Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. 1 shiny Witch Pikachu. 1 shiny Rowlet with the hat, right? That's with the hat.
No, I don't think so because then they specify for the Froakie next.
It's fair. 1 shiny Event Froakie and 1 shiny Shuppet. I also got a Hundo Machoke.
Nice.
My luck was exceptional this Halloween. I also got an Aura Wheel Morpeko. My question is, if you wanted 1 shiny from the Go Wild area event, what would you want? Thanks for reading this. Bye, GoCast. All right. So I had to go double check the spawns and stuff because, I didn't remember.
Okay.
I will be doing raids this weekend.
Okay.
From checking this because Snorlax with a studded jacket is only going to be in raids. So I'd like the shiny Snorlax with a studded jacket. That's what I'd like.
Toxtricity.
I'd also really like a Toxtricity, but
yeah,
let's be real here.
Well, we are being real. We're being optimists right now.
Real optimistic.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, that Snorlax in the jacket is rad. I really, really like it. I like how it's very clearly too small for him. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really good. Anyway, thank you very much, Ryan. Appreciate it. We've got another email here. This one's from Slips Slimely. Hi, GOCast. It's me once again, Slips Slimely. I hope you're not tired of seeing me yet, as I have one more update that I just really wanted to share about the Gigantamax ride we've all been on in the past few weeks. If you guys recall, last week I said I was planning a meetup in my community for the G-Max Gengar raids and wanted to share my insane success story. Over the course of the week, I got loud in 3 different group chats shouting out that I was going to do a meetup at a local park. As I'm not the admin of any campfire group, I had no way to properly set up a meetup in-app. At first, I was actually quite worried. I had only received 18 messages confirming they would be coming to the meetup, and considering I had been hearing reports of these requiring more than 20, well, let's just say I was on edge. Then the day came. I continued to make it known that I was hosting an event and arrived at the location I was hosting early. I kept counting heads. As we got closer to the time, I announced we'd be doing the raid. 10, then 14, eventually 16. Our numbers kept on climbing until it was time for our first raid. Or battle, right? At this point, I had stopped counting as I was greeting everyone. I was the host after all. Yeah, see, it's hard, isn't it? Yeah. It's hard. You're trying to organize a group. You don't realize you're not going to be able to play the darn thing. You're too busy. We began to pile in, and in under 30 seconds, we hit the cap. I had successfully got over 40 people out for Gigantamax Gengar. I had a few people even coming up to me saying they couldn't get in the first raid. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, you got to split them half and half then, or try to. I'll spare a lot of the extra lengthy story to say this. We had a total of 42 people actually come out, and everyone was super excited. We did 5 total, with our group dwindling in size until we cleared the 5th one with only 16 members. And many members said that this felt like classic raid hours in the area. I've been inspired and actually think I want to try to become our community ambassador, especially since ours is really only active during community days. Anyways, super sorry for the length of this email. I just wanted to share my story to hopefully inspire others to get meetups going in their areas, since I have a pretty quiet community myself. Thanks as always for an amazing podcast. And once again, I'm sending out Dynamax vibes to all. That's awesome. Congratulations. And I hope that you have continued success in the future. I mean, like what Kyle was spitballing earlier, that, Gengar is really popular. So that definitely helps in this case. But I hope, since the event itself was fun for more than just the Pokemon, I hope that you get more success. And I hope we do too out here, because running with a smaller group was difficult, but it was fun. Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome to hear.
Sure is. So again, congratulations, Slips Slimely. Okay, if you'd like to email us just like these fine folks did, you can by emailing mail@gocastpodcast.com. You can also call us and leave a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717. One quick note about voicemails. If you send in a voicemail, largely we will include it in the show. We will not include it for 3 reasons. Well, if it's a voicemail, that's fine. I'll say 4 reasons. Okay, and then this will also include people that email and voice files. Reason number 1, we will not include something in the show. It's too long. If it's more than like 3 minutes, sometimes we go over. I try not to. If it's more than like 2 or 3 minutes, that's probably too long. We want to give other people a chance to have stuff on the show, and we don't want to record for like 6 hours. Number 2, if you don't say who you are at the beginning, we have no idea who to thank or introduce the voicemail to or from. So please, if you can remember, please say, hey, it's blank. It can even be a fake name, your in-game handle, whatever the case, just so we have something to reference to. 3, if I can't hear you, if I simply can't hear you, or it sounds like you threw your phone down the hallway and are speaking to it, across the hall, then we can't use the audio. And then 4th, if it's inappropriate, we can't use that. But that's kind of a given, right? So
yeah.
So there's that. It's mostly the no name and the I can't understand what you're saying that are the 2 major factors. So if you have sent in a voicemail and we haven't used it, and you feel like you didn't, any of those things were you, it might have been, you might not be aware of it. So I just want to say that in case people are like, gosh, they never use my stuff or something like that. That's the deal. That's how we choose stuff. So review your file before you send it, or make sure that you're using the right microphone, or you're talking into the right part of the phone, or whatever the case might be. And if you're still not sure, shoot an email and be like, hey, I sent in this voicemail, I didn't use it. What was wrong with it? And I will definitely talk to you about it. No problem. Okay. Cool. Follow us on X at GOCast Podcast. Also on Threads, soon to be Blue Sky and Mastodon. Can't do it. Can't do it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, GoCast Podcast, and all that good stuff. If you'd like to see a bunch more information about our show and other things, go to our website, GoCastPodcast.com. And if you'd like to help support the show monetarily, you can via Patreon. That's spelled Patreon.com, and then / after that, GoCast Podcast, or just Google us. Our SEO is rock solid for no good reason. So that's great. Cool. So we got 3 new elite trainers that we've added to the list this week. And because I'm so smart and started putting the name on who did it last week, I know that it's my turn. So big shout outs to our elite trainer tier patrons. Thank you to Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, and Mimi, Sforza, Risui, and Ryan, Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Modders, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Stephen, Nick, our favorite listener, J2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, Stellar, Memorandums, Nabil, Tish, Jacob, Matthew, Don, John, Paul, Micah, Sean, Dave, and Nessacal. Thank you so much for your generous support and helping us keep the digital lights on and keeping this crazy circus of a show going. We appreciate you. You could also help the show out in a non-monetary way by leaving us a review, where all reviews are able to be posted, which is not everywhere, but some places, cool places that are better than the other places, let me tell you. And we got 1 new review since last time, and they said, good Pokemon podcast. This is amazing. I love Pokemon. So much it inspired me to play that this game makes me sad. Hearing the podcast, and I wish you could tell us how many shinies you got, and keep up the good work. 5-star review. Thank you. All right. So how many shinies do you have, Mr. Kyle?
Let me double check. I'm going to say, without checking, 1,494.
Did you actually check?
I'm loading right now, but I'm pretty sure that's how many I have.
1,494 is very specific. Did you recently look at this?
I check regularly.
You do? Oh, you do?
No, 1,495.
Wow, look at you.
Because apparently, I didn't even know, I caught a shiny Pumpkaboo with a hat over Halloween, and I literally didn't even know. It just sat in my inventory. Look at that.
Wow. Oh, I was wrong. I caught 5 Mankey and a Chikorita. Oh, my God. All right. The answer is 3,440.
Yeah, that's because 2,600 of those are community day shinies. There was a period of about a year where Chris caught 50 plus of each. Basically.
Something like that. Yeah, it was a good time. You know, those 6-hour community days, I do miss those. So anyway, please leave us a review. We'll answer fun questions like that. And I forgot to brag about this earlier, but your boy hatched a shiny Jangmo-O, and I know you know this, Kyle, but the people need to know. The people need to know. Okay. Anyway. Let's talk about goals before we get out of here. The upcoming event that's happening is this Into the Wild event this week. And yeah, so what are you looking to do?
I should put hatch eggs on there, but no. I want to do 3 Dynamax Drilburs, 200,000 experience, because we're gonna record again very soon, so we don't want to be too crazy, Chris. Your event's not going to actually start by the time we record, basically.
Oh.
You have no chance of getting a Toxel by Tuesday.
Okay. All right. No, you're right. You're right. I also will not be hatching 100 eggs before Tuesday.
It's literally Saturday. Look at your eggs hatched right now.
Okay.
That's something realistic.
Okay.
200,000 experience. Continue buddy progress. I am no longer on pace to be able to get my seasonal goal because I slacked the last 2 weeks. It was not great, unfortunately, but I'm close. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. For myself, hatch 50 eggs because I'm at 37. I can do it. I can absolutely do it. Get a Toxel. I'm going to try.
Okay.
Wait, I'd have to do it on Tuesday.
No, Monday, right? It starts Monday, the 18th.
Oh, it does start Monday. It
starts 10 a.m. on Monday.
That's right. Okay, so I'll have to find 10-kilometer eggs and get those. Boy, oh boy. Sure, I'll try it. And then I'm going to check out Max Monday. I'm going to see what it's like. Maybe go to a local park or something and see what's going on. I don't need another Drilbur. I've gotten 3. I did 3 yesterday. But I'll go see what all the hullabaloo's about. You know, Max Monday and all that.
Okay.
So that's fine. Monday. Great. And that's it. Hey, thanks for listening all the way through. This is a great episode back. We should take a 2-week break every once in a while. This is an interesting episode for sure. Thanks for listening all the way through, and we'll see you next time for episode 308, which we will record. It'll feel like to us far too soon, but we'll see you there. Bye.
Bye.